For Sophie, creating the cost estimates is the trickiest part of the business. From past experience, she has learned that estimating too high can cause projects to be cancelled, but estimating too low can mean she will exceed her cost later. A guesstimate is simply not good enough. This time, Sophie feels confident. Thanks to her earlier work brainstorming and categorizing the work packages, she can now better assess the estimated cost of each work package, and therefore the overall project. Sophie decides that to perform this task, a change of scenery is in order. On the way to work, she pulls into the parking lot of her local coffee shop. After ordering a large coffee, she opens her laptop and looks at the project schedule. The majority of the cost for this project will come from the people working on the project in the form of their salaries. At Deco Productions, the finance department has calculated what is known as a loaded rate for employees working on projects. This loaded rate is an hourly rate that includes not only their salaries, but also reflects overhead costs, such as benefits, building costs, and office supplies. So far, 2 people have been assigned to the project, Sophie and Fatijit Kumar. While other team members have not yet been assigned to the project, based on the work involved, Sophie knows she will need the following resources. She considers the amount of work that will be required for each activity. For some activities, she uses her in-depth knowledge of the work involved, while for others, she considers past projects. She makes a quick call to one of the company's graphic designers to verify her estimates for the graphics-related work. Sophie also includes the cost of her own time and that of Fatijit, which she predicts will be spent during the executing phase. During the 5 weeks of execution, she estimates that about 1/3 of her time will be needed to manage the team, resolve issues, and communicate with the project stakeholders. She also estimates that she will need about 1 day per week of Fatijit's time to answer the project team's questions about the project scope and provide quality control for the completed deliverables. Next, Sophie creates a list that contains the amount of materials and equipment that the project will need. As she records this information, she checks the current price of each item listed on a number of suppliers' websites. Finally, she considers any additional costs that may be incurred during the project. 1 hour, 1 large coffee, and 2 maple donuts later, Sophie has settled on a total cost estimate for the project and heads into work.